Hi everyone, welcome to My Max Academy. In this video, we'll continue with the chapter Arithmetic Progression from your 10th standard CBSE Mathematics, which is chapter 5 in your textbook. And we will start with exercise 5.4, which is an optional exercise in page number 115. Page number 115, exercise 5.4, problem number 1. So it says, which term of the AP, which is 121, 117, 113, is its first negative term. So we need to find the first negative term of the AP. So AP is given as, so AP is 121, 117, 113, It keeps on going. We need to find the first negative term we'll get in this AP. So if we keep on writing, so obviously it is decreasing. So somewhere down the line we'll get a negative term because the AP is decreasing. So we'll get a negative term, and we need to find which is the first negative term. So we'll assume solution is, we'll assume that let AN be the first negative term. First negative term of this AP. Then which means what? Which means your AN is less than 0. If AN is down the line, suppose there is an AN coming here, there is an AN, which is the first negative term of this AP, then which means the value of AN, the nth term. So let's assume that the nth term is the first negative term of this AP, then AN is less than 0 because it's negative. AN is less than 0 because it is negative. Now we need to find N. We need to find which term of this AP is the first negative term of this AP. So which means we should find N. Whether it is the 20th term is the first negative term or 31st term is the first negative term. So we need to find N from this. So what is AN formula? AN is A plus N minus 1 into D. That is the general form of general term. Formula is AN is A plus N minus 1, and that is less than 0. Now from this AP, we know our first term A is what? 121. This is our first term, and our D is A2 minus A1, which is A2 is 117 minus A1 is 121. That gives you minus 4. So your D is minus 4. A is 121 first term and D is minus 4, which is the common difference. So let's substitute these two here, and we need to find the value of N for which AN is negative. So let's substitute here. Then what do we get? A is 121 plus N minus 1. N is what we have to find. So N minus 1, D is minus 4, is less than 0. Right? Then what do we have? We have 121 minus 4 into N is minus 4N. Minus 4 into minus 1 is plus 4 is less than 0. So we should keep on writing less than 0. Here we are basically not solving an equation. It's called as an inequality. We are solving an inequality because it's less than, greater than, or less than or equal to anything that is other than equal to. That is called as an inequality. We are solving this inequality. We have to find for what value of N this will be less than 0. So now this becomes minus 4N. This is plus 125. So 121 plus 4 is 125 is less than 0. Fine. Now, so which means minus 4N is less than, this 125 goes this side, becomes minus 125. So it becomes 0 minus 125, which is 125. If you want to, so there's a 0 here, 0. This minus 125 goes to the other side, it's minus 125. Plus 125 goes to the other side, is minus 125. So your minus 4N is less than minus 125, which means your N is less than, right? Okay, your N is, now we are going to divide. We are going to take this minus 4 to the other side. When you take the minus 4 to the other side, whenever you take a negative number from, or we are going to divide both by minus 4. If you divide both the sides by minus 4, then the inequality will change. This less than will become greater than. Less than will become greater than. So if I divide by minus 4, so minus 4N by minus 4, this less than will become greater than. This is minus 125 by minus 4. Because we have to find the value of N. If you want to find the value of N, we need to remove this minus 4, which means we should divide by minus 4. Or you can take this minus 4 to this side. When you take a negative number to the right side and it becomes divide, basically what we are doing, we are dividing both the terms by minus 4. When you do that, then this less than will become greater. If you are moving a positive number from this side to this side, or if you divide both the sides of the inequality by a positive number, then the sign doesn't change. right? Suppose if you have 2x is suppose less than 7, and if you write x less than 7 by 2, you can put, because the 2 is going here and it is a positive 2, so your inequality will not change. Suppose if you have minus 2 is less than 7, and if you write x, and if you take this minus 2 this side, it will become 7 by minus 2, but this less than will become greater than. Less than will become greater than. Fine. So when you divide by the inequality, then the sign will change, and which is obvious, because if you have your 3 is less than 5, suppose if you multiply both sides by negative number or divide both sides by negative number, the inequality will change, because now if I suppose divide both by minus 1, then this will become minus 3. Then I can't say less than minus 5. This is wrong, because minus 3 is greater than. So when you multiply by minus on both sides, or when you divide by minus on both sides, this less than will become greater than. And this is true. Minus 3 is greater than minus 5. That is true. So whenever you multiply the LHS and RHS of an inequality, where here you have a less than or greater than whatever, so inequality will change. Which means, suppose if it is like this, if 3 is greater than 2, if you multiply both sides by minus, then you will get minus 2 minus 3, but here greater than will become less than. And that is what is true, because minus 3 is less than minus 2. Right? So if you multiply by minus 1 and if you don't change the inequality, then it is wrong. If you multiply both sides by minus on both sides, or divide by minus, divide by a negative term on both sides, divide by a negative number, or multiply by negative number on both sides, the inequality will change. If you without changing, if you write, then this is wrong. Minus 3 is not greater than minus 2. So if it is greater than, then you have to change this as less than. If it is less than, then it should become greater than. So basically, when you divide both the sides of an inequality by a negative number, the inequality will change. So less than will become greater than, so this is a very important point. Otherwise, your problem will be wrong. Now this is minus 4 by minus 4, and n is greater than, then minus minus cancels, you get 125 by 4. So your n should be greater than. Now let's try to find what should be the n. N should be greater than 125 by 4. If you convert this into the mixed fraction, you get 31, I think 1 by 4. Right? This will become 124 plus 1. So it is 31 1 by 4. So your n should be greater than 31 1 by 4, which means your n should be, the n should be equal to 32. Your n should be greater than or equal to 31 1 by 4. We are converting this 125 by 4 as mixed fraction. 30. So what is the n? Which is at least the next number, the next n that is greater than 31 1 by 4 is 32. 31 1 by 4 means it is 31.25. So the next integer, because n cannot be a fraction, n has to be an integer, and it should be a positive integer, and the one that should be immediately next to 31 1 by 2. So n should be greater than this, means it is 32. So 32nd term is the first negative term of this AP. So we'll say 32nd term is the first negative term of the AP. 32nd term, which is this, that is the first negative term of this AP, right? So whenever they say first find the first negative term, then you have to assume that the term is an, right? The first negative term is an, and then you have to calculate n. When you are calculating n, the only place where you have to be very careful is this place, where you are going to remove this minus 4, which means you are dividing by minus 4 on both sides. Only then this will get cancelled, and when you divide or multiply both the sides of an inequality, inequalities are called as what? Greater than, less than, or not equal to. These are called as inequality, right? Then your inequality will change. Less than will become greater than will become. So here it is less than. Suddenly it has become greater than. Why? Because we are dividing by negative number. If you divide by the positive number, then inequality will not change. If it is less, here also you will put less than when you divide by a positive number, or when you multiply by a positive number, right? But if you divide by a negative number, or if you multiply a negative number, then your inequality will change. Fine. So you can take this problem. Fine. So all of you can copy this problem, and I will go to the next sum, which is problem number 2. So problem number 2 is second problem. It says the sum of the third and fourth term of the AP is 6, and the product is 8. So what it is given? So given in the question is the sum of third and seventh terms of the AP. So third term means A3 plus seventh term means A7. The sum of third term plus seventh term is equal to 6. And their product is 8, which means third term into, if I put dot, it means into seventh term is equal to 8. Right? We have to find the sum of first 16 terms of this AP. So what we have to find? To find this, find the sum of first 16 terms. So S16 we have to find. Sum of first 16 terms of this AP. Right? The sum of the third and seventh term of this AP is 6 and their product is 8. Product means multiplication. So dot means A3 into A7. Right? We need to find S16. Right? So solution. Now how do you find S16? We know that Sn is n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. This is the formula to find the sum of first n terms. Now we need S16, so which means S16 equal to, wherever n is there, we have to put 16. 16 by 2 into 2a plus 16 minus 1 into d. So that will become S16 equal to, if you cancel this, you will get 8, 16 and 2, you get 2a plus 16 minus 1 is 15d. Now we can find this value if you know a and d. If you know the value of a and d, then we can find S16. But which means we need to find a and d using these two information. So what is given now? Now let's go back to what is given. A3 plus A7 is given as 6. Now what is A3? A3 is a plus n minus 1 into d. So A3 is a plus n minus 1. N is 3. So 3 minus 1 into d. That is your A3. Plus A7. A7 is a plus 7 minus 1 into d. So this is your A3. This is your A7. A3, A7. If you add them, they have said that it is 6. So now this becomes a plus 2d plus a plus 6d equal to 6. So 2a, if you add them, you will get 2a plus 2 plus 6 is 8d equal to 6. Now 2 is common here, so we can cancel throughout by 2. You will get a plus 4d equal to 3. Keep it as the first equation. So 2 is common, so I am dividing each term by 2. This is your first equation. So we need to find the value of a and d, and then if you substitute here, you will get the answer. Now, so this is one equation. The another equation, that is a3 into a7 is 8, which means a3 into a7 equal to 8 means a3 is a plus 3 minus 1 into d, 3 minus 1 into d, this into a plus 6 minus 1 into d equal to 8. So 7 minus 1 into d equal to 8. Now that this becomes a plus 2d, because the third term, into a plus 6d is equal to 8. So that is what is given. And what we have a plus 4d as 3. Right? So this is your second equation. Now we need to solve these two equations and find the value of a and d. Right? So let me go here. Let me erase this. Now let's write those equations. So what we got a plus 4d equal to 3. That is your first equation. Then this is your second equation, which is a plus 2d into a plus 6d is equal to 8. Right? So that is what is given. Now we need to find the value of a and d. Now how do we solve? Now if you see this, your a can be written as from here. Your a is from here. This is your first equation, second equation. Your a is a plus 4d is 3 means your a becomes 3 minus 4d. This 4d will go here, it will become 3 minus 4d. So now we will substitute a as 3 minus 4d in this equation. Then what do we get if you substitute in this equation? So substituting a is equal to 3 minus 4d in second equation, we get right. So what we get? So substitute here, you will get a is 3 minus 4d plus 2d plus 2d. So this is your a plus 2d, this into a is again 3 minus 4d plus 6d equal to 8. Now this equation has only d now. So we can solve for this. So this becomes 4d plus 2d will become minus 2d. And this is 3 plus 60 minus 4d is 2d. is equal to 8. This is in the form of a plus b into a minus b. So a square minus b square. A is 3, b is 2d. So a minus b into a plus b is a square minus b square equal to 8. So you get 9 minus this is 4d square equal to 8. So which means your minus 4d square equal to 8 minus 9. The 9 goes to the other side. It becomes minus 9. So your minus 4d square equal to minus 1, which means your d square is equal to minus 1 by minus 4. So you'll get your d as plus or minus, your d square will become 1 by 4. So your d will become plus or minus square root of 1 by 4, which means your d becomes plus or minus 1 by 2. The square root of 1 by 4 is 1 by 2. Now we have two values for d. We have two values for d, right? So we need to solve for a now. We have got d, so we'll solve for a. I'm doing here. So a is what? When d is equal to plus 1 by 2, what is our a? A is what? A is 3 minus 4d. So 3 minus 4d. Now that becomes 3 minus 4 into d. D is 1 by 2. So that becomes 3 minus cancel 2. 3 minus 2. So here a becomes 1. When d is 1 by 2, a is 1. Right? And when d is minus 1 by 2, what is our a? Again you have to substitute here. So a becomes 3 minus 4d. That is equal to 3 minus 4 into d. D is minus 1 by 2. You cancel, you get 2. So it becomes 3 minus 2 into minus 1 is plus 2. Your a becomes 5. So a is 5 when your d is minus 1 by 2, and a is 1 when your d is plus 1 by 2. Now we have two cases. We will get two answers. We have to consider plus or minus. Here you should be careful. Square root of 1 by 4 is 1 by 2. When square goes this side, it will become plus or minus root of 1 by 4. Don't just put. So I have seen students writing, if d square is equal to 1 by 4, people write d is equal to root of 1 by 4. No, it is wrong. You have to always put plus or minus 1 by 4. Whatever number it is. If d square is equal to 4, or even suppose if it is 9, d square is, people write d equal to root of 9. No, it is not. It is not root of 9. It is plus or minus root of 9. So you will get two answers. Fine. Now we have two things. So I will probably do it here. After this, I will do it probably here. Running out of space, so I will do the rest here. Right. The continuation of this is here. Now we need to find what? We need to find S16. So the case is when a is equal to 1 and d is equal to 1 by 2. In this case, what is your S16? Sum of 16 terms. We have to take this. That is what? 8 into 2a plus 15d. So this is 8 into 2a plus 15d. That is equal to 8 into 2a. So 2 into 1 plus 15 times d. So 15 into 1 by 2. Fine. So what do we get here? So 8 times. Now 2 into 1 is 2 plus 15 by 2. So that will give you 8 into 2 2s are 4 plus 15 by 2. That is equal to 8 into 4 plus 15, 19 by 2. Fine. So that will give you cancel. So you will get 4. 19 4s are 76. So yes, 16 is 76. Sum of first 16 terms is 76. So this is one answer. This is one answer. This is for when a is 1 and d is 12. Now the second one, after this, sorry guys for juggling here. I am going to here because I want to do everything in the single port. So after this, we have to go here and then we have to find for the other case. Other case is what? So for this case, when a is 1, d is 12, we have got S16 is 76. When a is 1, d is 12 for this one. And for this case, we have to consider when a is 5, d is half, minus half. So a is equal to 5, d is equal to minus 1 by 2. So the continuation of this, after this, we are writing this. So this is first, then second, third, fourth, then the fifth part is here. When a is 5 and d is minus 1 by 2. So this case, a is 5, d is minus 1 by 2. What is our S16? S16 is again 8 plus 2a plus 15d. Correct? Right? 8 plus 2. So this is what we are finding. Here we are stuck here. That's why we came here and then we found A and B from the given information and we are substituting that and solving. So that becomes 8 into 2A. So 2 into 5 because A is 5. So from here S16 we have to find for this case also when A is 5 and B is minus 1 by 2. So plus 15 into minus 1 by 2. 15 into minus 1 by 2. I'm just checking whether I'm within the board. 2 5s are 10 minus 15 by 2. So this becomes 8 into 20 minus 15 by 2. So that gives you 8 into 5 by 2. So if you cancel 4 times, you get 20. So your S16 is 20. So your answer is either S is 76 or S is 20. The sum of 16 terms is either 76 or 20. 76 or 20. So you have to write both the answers. You have to write both the answers. You should say S16. So finally, if I want, I will write the S16 equal to 20 or 76. This is the answer. 20 or it could be either 20 or 76 or 20. Fine. So all of you can pause the video and take the notes. I'll go to the next problem. I'll erase all of this. The next one is problem number 3, important. Right? It says a ladder has rungs 25 centimeter apart. So there is a ladder like this. So we have a ladder. Right? So it has rungs. These are called as rungs. Like that there are many rungs. And suppose this is the fine. So there are many in between. There are many rungs and this is the one more, the topmost rung. So it is given that a ladder has 25 centimeter, a ladder has rungs 25 centimeter apart. So these are 25 centimeter apart. The distance between this and this is 25 centimeter, 25. So which means, so this is your rung. This is 45 centimeter in length. The bottom rung is 45 centimeter and the top is 25 centimeter. And the distance between the two rungs, this is one rung, this is another rung. Like say AB and this is CD, this is EF, like that it goes. Probably it is XY or whatever. So the distance between these two rungs, then the vertical distance, that is 25 centimeter. Again between these two rungs, CD and EF, it is 25 centimeter. Like that, if you take the total length, the total distance between the bottom rung and the top rung, this one and this one, this AB and the top XY, that is given as 2.5 meters apart. This is 2.5, 1 by 2 meters, which means 250 centimeters. 2.5 meters means 250 centimeters. Fine. So it says, what is the length of the wood required for the rungs? So I'm again reading the question. There is a ladder that has rungs. A ladder has rungs 25 centimeter apart. So each one is 25 centimeter apart. The rungs decrease uniformly in length. So this is the length of the rung. Then again it decreases. Again it decreases. It again decreases. It decreases how much? Uniformly. We don't know how much it is, but uniformly they are decreasing. The bottommost rung is 45 centimeter. Then it reduces little bit. Uniformly they reduce. And finally the topmost rung is 25 centimeter. That is the length of the rung at the top. And if the top and the bottom rungs, the top and the bottom rungs are 2.5 meters apart. So distance between this rung and this rung, this distance is what? The vertical distance. That is 2.5 meters. Now we have to find what is the length of the wood required for the rungs. How much length of wood is required for only for the rungs, not for the side ones, only for this. So which means we have to add this length plus this length plus this length dot 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 till 25. So we have to add this length, which is 45 we know, plus CD that we don't know, plus EF that also we don't know. Like that, the topmost is 25 centimeter. But the another information is the length of the rungs. They decrease uniformly. Which means the length of the rungs forms an AP. The different lengths of the rungs, they uniformly decrease. So anything that uniformly decrease or uniformly increase, that's an AP. Right? Now we need to find the length of AB, this rung, plus this length of CD plus EF. Like that, there are many in between. There are many rungs. You have to find the sum of all the length of all the rungs. Right? So solution is, so we will say the length of the rungs, from bottom to the top of the ladder is as follows. So we are going to write that. So which is 45, comma something that we don't know, dot 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 dot. Final one is 25. Right? This is 45. We don't know this. It's as follows. Since the length of the rungs, length of each rung decreases uniformly. That is given in the question. Length of each rung decreases. 45 means it reduces by some size with the same length. This also reduces. So they uniformly reduce. So uniformly, therefore, the length of the rungs, form an AP. So this is an AP. Right? And now what we should find is, we have to find the sum of these, because this is the length of the first rung plus length of the second rung that we don't know, third, fourth, fifth, like that. This is the last rung. We have to find the sum of this, right? So, and how many, to find the sum of these, we should know how many rungs are there. How many are there? Like 1, 2, 3, like that. How many are there? So in between you have many. So 1, 2, 3, like that we have to count how many are there, which means we need to find how many are there here. And this is 1, 2, then 3, 4, like that. How many rungs are there? Number of rungs are there. So they have given that. See, this is the position of the rung. So here it is at 0 centimeter. Here it is, the first rung is at this 0 centimeter. Then the next rung CD is at 25 centimeter. The position. Again, the third rung is at this position of 50 centimeter, because the distance between the two rungs is 25 centimeter. So this is 0, then again 25, if you add 25, again to this 25, if you add this 25, the position of this is 50 centimeter. So like that it goes. And what is the position of this? The first top row, that is 250 centimeter. The top of the position of this one. Right? So now, to find the sum of this, we need to know how many rungs are there. If you know how many rungs are there, then we have to add the length of all those rungs. So we should find the number of rungs. Now we will say here, we will say again the position of each rung is as follows. What is the position of each rung? The first rung is in the position of 0 centimeter. Second rung is in the position of 25th centimeter. Third rung will be in the 50th centimeter, and so on. The last rung, the topmost, is at the position of 250th centimeter, which means 250. Now this list of numbers, if you see each rung is 25 centimeter apart, which means the position of each rung, right, increases by 25 centimeter, which means this list of numbers form an AP. Right? We will say the distance, right, the distance between the rungs are 25 centimeters. Therefore, it forms an AP. It forms an AP. Which forms an AP? This. So this denotes the position of each rung. Right? The first rung is at the 0th centimeter. Second rung is at the 25th centimeter. Third rung is at 50th centimeter, so on. So this is which rung? What is the portion of this? Tell you the number of rungs. Once you know the number of rungs, then you know the length of each rung. You have to add this AP. This AP will give you the number of rungs. To find n, you will get it from this. Once you get the number of terms here, then we can find the length of the total wood required to make those rungs. Right? So now we have to find the position of this. Let's say that this is the nth position. Right? So we'll say that AN equal to 250. So what is AN? A plus n minus 1 into t. That is equal to 250. So we are trying to find the number of rungs there. If you know this is the first rung, position of first rung, position of second rung, position of third rung. So from the position of each rung, we are going to find how many rungs are there. So A is what? 0 plus n minus 1 into D. D is what? A2 minus A1. 25 minus 0 or 50 minus 25, which is 25. Common difference. That is equal to 250. So your n minus 1 into 25 equal to 250. So your n minus 1 equal to 250 by 25. So n minus 1 equal to 10. 250 by 25 is 10. So n becomes 10 minus plus 1. So n is 11. So there are 11 rungs. How many rungs are there? There are 11 rungs. And what we should find now? We should find the sum of all the rungs. So which means we should find the sum of the total length of the wood required. Length of the wood required for the rungs is equal to, you have to find sum of 11 terms, S11 of this AP. We can maybe call this as AP1 and this we can call it as AP2. We have to find the sum of S11 of AP1 for this AP. We have to find the sum because this is the length of each rung. 45, this is 45, like that, this is some length and this is 25. And all these are decreasing by a uniformly, therefore it's an AP. So S11 we have to find, and we know the last term. When you know the last term, what is Sn formula? Sn is equal to n by 2 into A plus An. A plus An for this AP. See, for this AP, your An is 250. This denotes the position of the rung, but this denotes the length of the rung. Now we are going to add these because we want to find the total length of wood required to make these rungs, which means we need to know how much this 45 centimeters the length required for this rung plus this. If you add all this length, you will get the total length of the wood required to make these rungs of this measurement. Right? So now, n by 2 into A plus N. So don't put An as this here because we are talking about AP1, this AP. So this is An for the some AP. So S11 is what? S11 equal to 11 by 2 into A. A is the first term, which is 45, and this is An, 25. Now the S11 is on this AP. So this AP just gives you the number of rungs, which is 11. To find this 11, we are using this AP. Once we know the number of rungs, then we have to go here to add this AP. That's why I'm calling it as AP1 and AP2. AP1, AP2. Right? This I'm calling it as second AP. This is first AP. So A is 45 plus An is 25. A plus An. Now that gives you 11 by 2 into this is 70. So cancel, you get 35. So 11 times 35, that gives you 350 plus 35 is 385 centimeters. So what is your S11? 385 centimeters. So which means you need 385 centimeter of wood to make these rungs. So the total wood required is the total length of the wood required will be equal to 385 centimeter. Right? 385 centimeter of wood is required. Or you can write it as 3.85 meter also. You can write it as 3.85 meter or 385 centimeter. Fine. So all of you can pause this video and take the notes. I will go to the next problem, which is fourth one. Let me erase these. So the fourth question is, it says the houses of a row are numbered consecutively from 1 to 49. So there are houses. Let's take that these are houses, right? So they are numbered. So there is a house here and dot 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 many numbers, right? And I can even put, there are houses numbered from 1 to 49. Suppose the last house. So this is house number 1, 2, 3, like that till house number 49, right? The houses of a row are numbered consecutively from 1 to 49. So 1 to 49, these are houses. Show that there is a value of x. Show that there is a value of x such that the sum of the numbers of the houses preceding the house numbered x is equal to the sum of the numbers of the houses following it. What we should show? We should show that there is a number x exists. Show that there is a value of x such that the sum of the number of houses preceding the house numbered x is equal to the sum of the number of the houses following it. Which means we should show that there is a house with number x such that if you add the sum of, so suppose this is x, means next house will be x plus 1, the number, and the house that is before this house will be x minus 1, right? So we have to show that there is a house with number x such that if you sum up the number of the houses preceding it will be equal to the sum of the houses following it. Which means if you sum from here to here, 1 plus 2 plus 3 till x minus 1, that will be equal to sum of this, x plus 1 plus x plus 2 till 49. We are to show that such x exists, which means we should check whether such x is there. There is a house and the number of that house is x, and that x is in such a way that if you add the house numbers of the houses preceding to this house, which means preceding is one of these houses, that is equal to sum of the houses numbered following this, sum of all the houses, sum of numbers of all the houses that is following this. So which means sum of this should be equal to sum of this. If that is the case, then what will be that x? What should be the x? So that sum of these numbers of these houses will be equal to sum of numbers of these houses. Where here 1, 2, 3, x minus 1, x plus 1 till 49 are the door numbers of the row of houses. Fine. So solution is, we'll say let x be the number on a house such that how it is, such that if you add these numbers, right, which means such that 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus dot 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 plus x minus 1 till this, that is equal to x plus 1 plus x plus 2 plus dot 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 plus 49. Right? If you add 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus till x minus 1, that is equal to this plus this plus this till 49. So this is the equation that we have. Now we need to find what is x. What is x? Such that if you add all this 1 plus 2 plus 3 till x minus 1, that is equal to the numbers of houses, adding the numbers of houses preceding x will be equal to adding the numbers on the houses following x. Following it means after this. So this number which is before x is equal to these numbers which is after x. Now which means now the list of houses numbered from 1 to 49 is an AP. Correct? It's an AP because 1, 2, 3, what is this list of numbers? They form an AP, right? It's an AP with common difference is what? Common difference is D, which is equal to A2 minus 1. A2 minus A1, that is 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. So common difference is 1. Right? Now what we should find? Now what is this? So 1 plus 2 plus 3. So this, see, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus dot 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 plus x minus 1 is equal to x plus 1 plus x plus 2 plus dot 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 plus 49. Now we have to find that x. What x will satisfy this condition? That is the question. What x will satisfy this condition? Now if you see this is what? Sum of first x minus 1 terms of an AP. So this is nothing but s x minus 1. Sum of, if it is 1 plus 2 plus 3 dot 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 n means Sn. So how many terms are there here? 1, 2, 3, like that, x minus 1 terms are there. I mean, we are adding all this. That is xx, sx minus 1. And that is equal to, now how do we add this? Because you are going to add this. To find the sum of this, see, we always have the formula Sn, which is the sum of first n rows or n terms. Sum of first n terms. Right? We can't find the sum from here to here. Unless until we treat this as an AP, we can do it. That is one way. Or how do we find this sum? This to this. That is, let's find the whole sum. From this, if I find from whole sum, which is from 1 to 49, that is what? S49. Sum of 49 terms. If I find all the sum, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus till x plus x minus 1 plus x plus 1 till this, which means I am doing a sum of 1 to 49. That is S49 minus, from this full sum, if I subtract this sum, what is this sum? Sum of first x terms, 1 plus 2 plus 3 till x. That is Sx. So from the 49 terms of sum, S49, which is this full, if I subtract this from 1, 2, 3 till x, then I'll get this. So from this full sum, if I subtract this from here to here, I'll get this. From here to here is what? That is Sx. From here to here full is S49. From S49, if I subtract Sx, I'll get this. Why it is called as Sx? This is from 1, 2, 3 till x means what? Sum of x terms. How many terms are there here? 1, 2, 3, like that. If I count x terms are there, and you are finding the sum of this, which means Sx. And from 1 to 49 sum is S49. From S49, if I subtract Sx, I will get this sum. So your x plus 1 plus x plus 2 till x till 49 is what? Your S49, sum of the entire 49 houses minus the sum of first x houses will give you the sum of x plus 1 houses till 49. This sum you will get, which is this sum. This sum is what? The full 49 minus Sx, sum of this. Right? Now what is the formula for Sx minus 1? Like we will use that Sn formula, right? And we know here, we know the last term. The last term is x minus 1. Right? So we will use the formula, this one, n by 2 into a plus an. So what is n by 2? So x minus 1 means x minus 1 by 2, n by 2. Here n is x minus 1. N by 2, Sx minus 1, n by 2 into a plus a is 1 plus an. This is an, x minus 1. Right? This is the first term, this is the last term of this AP. So n by 2 into a plus an. Here an and n both are equal. An is also x minus 1 and number of terms is also x minus 1. That is equal to now 49. Yes, 49 is what? 49 by 2 into a plus a is the first term 1 plus what is the last term of the full? This 49. This one 49. That is your S49 minus Sx. Sx means Sx is x by 2 because your n is x into a plus an. A is 1 plus last term of this is x. So 1 plus x. Sx means what? Sum of these. So in this, number of terms is x and the first term a is x and last term is an is also x. So n is also x, an is also x. So n by 2 because Sx. Sn means n by 2. Sx means x by 2 into a is 1 plus an. So in this sum, Sx first In this sum, which is the last term? This is the last term. In this sum, if you add these, last term is x. That's why it's putting. We have put x. Right? So we are using this formula. Why we are using this formula? Because we know the last term in each of the sum. In this sum, this is the last term. From here to here sum, x is the last term. From here to full, this is the an. Now what do we get? Now this 1 and 1 will get cancelled. We'll get x into x minus 1 by 2 is equal to, here we can take 1 by 2 common. Then we get 49 into 1 plus 49 is 50 minus 1 by 2 is taken out. So it will become x into 1 plus x. Fine. Now 2 can be cancelled. Right? So you get x into, so if you multiply x into x is x square minus x into 1 is x equal to 49 into 50 is 2500. So it will become 2450. Right? Minus x into 1 is x, minus into minus x square. Right? Now bring all this x square everything to one side. So we'll get x square minus x, then this minus x will come here plus x, minus x square will come here plus x square is equal to 2450. Right? Now x will get cancelled. We get 2x square is equal to 2450, which means our x square is 2450 by 2. Fine. So if you divide, what do we get? We'll get x square is equal to 1225. X square is equal to 1225, and we have to find, so x is what? X is equal to plus or minus square root of 1225. So your x becomes plus or minus square root of 1225 is 35. If you calculate the square root of the number using either prime factorization method or division method, so you can watch my video on how to find the square root of a number using prime factorization method as well as division method. If you are not comfortable on how to find the square root of a number, you can watch that video to know how to find the square root of a number. So it is 35, right? So your x is, and x cannot be negative because x is between 1 and 49. So x cannot be negative. X cannot be negative. Therefore our x is what? Therefore our x is equal to 35. So what is the number x? It is 35. So the house number is 35. 35 is the number of that house in such a way that the house preceding it, which means if you add from 1 to 34, that will be same as adding from 36 to 49. So this is actually your 35, and this we found it as 34. Obviously it should be 36, and this is 49. So if you add from 1 plus 2 plus 2 34, that will be equal to 36 plus 37 plus 38 till 49. Both the sum will be same. If you add from 1 to 34, 1 plus 2 plus 3 till 34, that will be equal to 36 plus 37 plus 38 till 49. It will match. Fine. So answer is, the value of x is 35. Right. So all of you can pause the video and take the notes. I will erase all of this. I'll go to the next problem, which is the last problem in the exercise 5.4, the fifth problem. So what is given is a small terrace at a football ground comprises of 15 steps, each of which is 50 meter long and built of solid concrete. Each step has a rise of 1.4 meter and a tread of 1.2 meter. Calculate the total volume of concrete required to build the terrace. You have to find how much volume of concrete is required to build the terrace. So let me draw the diagram. See, and I'm not so great in drawing the diagram. So sorry if my diagram is so bad. Fine, I'm not good at drawing the diagram at all. That was one of the reasons why I chose mathematics rather than doing biology or anything. I was scared of diagrams, especially engineering. I was scared because we'll have to do lots of diagrams, and I can't even draw a straight line properly. So I'm very poor at drawing. Please excuse me, pardon me for that. So I'm going to draw the figure 5.8, which is given in your textbook, bottom of the page, number 115. figure 5.8. I'm trying to draw that. I'm sure that I cannot draw it properly. Please excuse me, but I'll try to explain with my poor drawing what is that we are trying to find. Right? So again, I'm sorry guys. Please don't laugh at my diagram. Yeah, you can laugh, that's okay. Even I laugh at my diagram. So fine. So I'm drawing a terrace, right? A football terrace which has to be constructed. Right? Fine. So it has steps. 15 steps are there. So this is first step, second step, like that it goes. Third, fourth, like that. There are many steps. Totally 15 steps are there. Fine. Fine. So that's how the diagram is. This is how the steps are. Where people are seated here and they are probably watching a football match. Fine. Hope it is not so bad. Okay. Please excuse me. Fine. And they have said this is 50 meters. This length is. And each step has rise by 1 by 4 meter and the tread of 1 by 2 meter. So this is called as the tread. This length. This is called as a tread. So which is 1 by 2 meters. Each one. This is also 1 by 2. This is also 1 by 2. The length of each tread. This is basically this length. So this is also 1 by 2 meter. This is also 1 by 2 meter. Each length of the tread. This is called as tread. And each step has a rise of 1 by 4 meter. So this step is 1 by 4 meter. And again this step will be risen by 1 by 4. So total height is, here it is 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4. Because each step is rising by. So this is 1 by 4. Right? So this step is 1 by 4. And this is raised by another 1 by 4. So 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4. And this will be again raised by 1 by 4 of this. So which means this length, this particular length is 1 by 4. So this is 1 by 4. This is again 1 by 4. The total length will be, the total height from the bottom is 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4. Similarly here the total height will be 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4. So similarly the third, the fourth will be at 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4. So that's how the height of each step is raised by 1 by 4. Each step has a rise of 1 by 4 means the height of the first step is 1 by 4. The height of the second step is 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4. Height of the third step is 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4. And the fourth step is 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4. So on it is going. Now we have to find what is the total concrete volume of concrete required to build this terrace. Fine. So which is nothing but, now if you look at each of them as a, right, each of this piece, each of them, it looks like a cuboid. Right. So each one of them is a cuboid. Right. So if you take this part, this the volume of this cuboid. So this cuboid's volume will be, so it has a length of 50 meters, which is this length, though it looks like this, but this length is 50 meters. The length of this is 50 and the breadth is 1 by 2 and the height is 1 by 4. So the volume of concrete required for first step, that is how much? Length into breadth into height. Length is 50. That is equal to length into breadth into height. That is the volume of the cuboid's formula, right? So each step will look like a cuboid, right? So where the length is this is the length, and which will be equal to 50. Though it looks small, but if you visualize, it is your entire length. This length is 50 plus your breadth. Breadth is this one, which is 1 by 2. 50 into 1 by 2. They call here as tread. Right? Tread is 1 by 2 meters means the breadth is 1 by 2 and the height is height of this first one, this first box, this cuboid is 1 by 4. So length into breadth into height. So this is the, so don't multiply, keep it as it is. So the volume of concrete required for second step. That is again length into breadth into height. L into B into H. There is also length into breadth into height. And what is that length? That length is same. So the second one, this box, this cuboid, if you see the second step, this full step, right? That also has a length of 50. Length is 50 into breadth is 1 by 2. This is the breadth. Into the height alone is, height is how much? Height of this cuboid is 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4. Because the height keeps increasing by 1 by 4 for each step. So similarly 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4, that will give you 150 into 1 by 2 into 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 is 1 by 2. So similarly if you find for the third one, so similarly for third step, volume for third step. Volume for third step will be 50 into 1 by 2, L into breadth into height. Height will be 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4. Because the height keeps increasing by 1 by 4. 1 by 4 for the first step, 1 by 4. Second step is 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4. Third step is 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4. So that is equal to 50 into 1 by 2 plus 3 by 4. Sorry, into length into breadth into height. So now similarly like that we have to find the volume of all the 15 steps. And then if you add the volume of all the 15 steps, we get the volume of the entire terrace. We get the volume of the entire terrace. So we'll say volume of concrete required for the terrace, that is equal to volume of first step plus volume of second step plus dot plus volume of the last step, and it has 15 steps. Volume of 15th step. So that's how we find the total volume of the entire concrete. So that is equal to, now what is the volume of the first step? Volume of the first step is this one, 50 into 1 by 2 into 1 by 4 into 1 by 2 into 1 by 4 plus this one. Plus second step volume will be 50 into volume of the concrete for the into 1 by 2 plus the third step, for third step it will be 50 into 1 by 2 into 3 by 4 plus dot for 15 terms. That is the 15th step. This is the volume of the third one. Right now if you take, suppose here 50 and 1 by 2 is common. So if you take 50 into 1 by 2 as common, you get 1 by 4 plus 1 by 2 plus 3 by 4 plus dot 15 terms. Now if you look at this form an AP or arithmetic series. This forms an arithmetic series, right? Where, so we'll say this is an arithmetic series of common difference. A is first term is 1 by 4, common difference is 1 by 4 because 1 by 2, because each step is raised by 1 by 4. So 1 by 2 minus 1 by 4 will give you 1 by 4. 3 by 4 minus 1 by 2 also gives you 1 by 4. So it's an AP. So we can apply sum of 15 terms of an AP. Sum of 15 terms of an AP, that is equal to 50 into 1 by 2 of, this is an arithmetic series. So what is the formula? Sum of 15 terms we have to find. So S15. S15 is what? S15 is 15 by 2 into 2A, 2 into 1 by 4, 2A plus n minus 1, n is 15 minus 1 into D. D is also 1 by 4. D is what? It's a big bracket. D is 1 by 2 minus 1 by 4, that is also 1 by 4, common difference. So D is A2 minus A1. And A2 is 1 by 2 minus A1 is 1 by 4, that gives you 1 by 4. Fine. So D is also 1 by 4. So that becomes, so 50 into 1 by 2 into 15 by 2 into 2A. So 2 into 1 by 4 will become 1 by 2 plus 14 by 4 right? This is 14 by 4. So that gives you 50 into 1 by 2 into 15 by 2 into, so even I could have kept, or if you add this, you get the LCM as 4, then 2 plus 14. So that gives you 15 into 1 by 2 into 15 by 2 into, how much is that? 16 by 4. Right? So you get 50 into 1 by 2 into, so here if you cancel 2, 2 8s are 16, again 4 and 8 will get cancelled 2. You get 15 into 2, 15 into 2. So this 2 and this 2 will again get cancelled. You'll finally get 15 into this, which is 750 meter cube, because it's a volume. 750 meter cube of concrete is required to, so volume of the concrete required to build the terrace is how much? 750 meter cube of concrete is required. Fine. So the final answer is 750 meter cube. So volume of concrete. So what is the final question? It says the total volume of concrete required to build the terrace. The volume of concrete required to build the terrace is equal to 750 meter cube. 750 meter cube of concrete is required to build the terrace. Fine. So this completes the exercise 5.4. This is your, sorry, this is the fifth problem, last problem in your optional exercise 5.4. So you all can copy this, and I will stop the video here. You can, so this completes the arithmetic progression chapter. You can watch my next video for the continuation of the next two chapters in the 10th standard CBSE. Thank you for watching the video. See you all in the next video. Thank you.